Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. We are on episode 7 of Tales from the Abyss. Opus 14 is getting better and better every week, and here we are exploring all the different deck possibilities that I want to work through. Last week we talked about Mono Water, Fire Ice, and Mono Earth. Well, not really a Mono Earth, but a Katoni Control deck. This week there wasn't too many changes, so I will keep it a little short this time. We have the water changes, the fire ice changes, and then first look into ice lightning on this side of town. First off, before we begin, I do want to let you guys know, if you are not following me on Twitch, please, I would recommend you do so. We are streaming the next 2 Fridays at Prodigy Games Locals here in Lake Worth, Florida, and I will be covering that, as well as I do other games as well. So it would mean a lot to me if you guys would stop by and check it out. And you can also check on the link tree in there to follow my other socials as well. But without further ado, we can begin. This week was rough for us, guys. We did play Mono Water in the tournament. We made a few changes, which I'll go over in just a second, but I'll let you guys know right now. My matchup 1 and matchup 2 were against Verstale. There is a lot of that deck running around in my locals. It is... they've discovered it and they've loved it, so it's... It is wreaking havoc at the moment. Unfortunately for me, that Mono Water doesn't seem to have any real answers for that without setting up and stabilizing. That deck has the ability to put 5 forwards on turn 1 and still, 3-4 cards in hand? Or ending up on 5 at the very least next turn. And they're able to do that multiple times. Now, Water has to live at has to live at 3 to 4 backups, drop Leviathan, and stabilize. Or at least that's what where we are right now, right? It's really hard for us. We did several matches, different players. It's really hard. That deck doesn't really draw bad right away, or it doesn't. It might take longer steps to get to where they need to be, but it's still fast enough to outpace us and out damage us, right? I made in the text, and then we'll go over that a little more. So first of all, I want to thank you guys for first of all, I'm happy that everyone's excited for Mono Water. It's always been my favorite list, favorite color to play in, and thank you guys for bringing me onto the Onion Knight. For those who don't know, Onion Knight and Leviathan work so good together. Because he has haste, and as long as you have the CP, you are able to tap him and return him and play him again, tap him and return him to play him again, and in doing so, Leviathan will start triggering and, slowly removing your opponent's forwards off one by one. It almost kind of feels like the Guido interaction. The only difference is that this is only on your turn. So if you guys ever run across this, make sure you read the cards. I almost had forgotten this, but it is only on your turn that you can use Onion Knight's ability, which is fine. The other cool thing, though, is that his ability leaves your opponent in kind of a situation, right? Because his cost is to tap and return, so I guess you can technically cancel an action ability, but I think it's hard for me to say if that'll still trigger Leviathan, but I'm pretty sure it does. The point is that because it's almost like an Ursula or what's this guy's name? The other Leonis. Those abilities, they set up a lot of... The stack is so hard to difficult because their abilities are already triggered and the cost has already been paid before you can respond, right? So Onion Knight creates that same thing, and on your turn, you're able to just do, as long as you have CP, let's say you have 3 or 4 backups, you can do it 4 times and remove your opponent's forwards, or at least reduce them all by 9k, right? I tested this. I tested with the Mashri. We also swapped out the backups here. So here's the original version. This is what we played last week. The Luzaf, Merlwib, the Sahajin, and a Scholar, I believe, was what we took out. So these 4 drops were replaced for the Sarahs. I put a King of Concordia here, and then I think we ended up with Sarah, one of each. I think we cut one. I think we went from 16. Those were the main changes. Then we took out Amashri, added the Onion Knight, and I think everything else stayed the same here. Just about. We liked what the Onion Knight does. I think what I'm going to move, the way this deck can advance is two ways, right? Uh, in order for us to take more advantage of this situation, we would probably have to play a Cosmos. I would probably move into a Materia build too, where you can pay 2 CP to bring out these weenies, right? Because Onion Knight, Mashiri, and even Citra, if I decide to play her as a weenie, compared to like a big guy like these. And she lets you bring them in for free, and then if they die, whatever, right? Mashiri will be able to protect them if you have the summons. Things we like too is the Rosa for this kind of a build. I know in the list you guys sent me, I don't believe you were playing the Rosas, but you could discard a card to draw a card, and if you're not there with the Cosmos or the Materia yet in a different build, this will help you, get rid of the excess light cards. So it's very important. Rosa's a really good draw engine for this deck, aside from Lakshmi. All in all, this deck is still really strong. Does well against. I guess if I have to rate some of the decks out there right now, like people are rating like Doga, Versatile, Monks, and I think now maybe Mobius Control might be up there as well in the A to S tiers or top tiers, whatever you guys want to call them. We have a good matchup against most of those. Against Monks is very strong. Doga is pretty strong as well. They're not hit. They can speed up, right? They're pretty aggro, right? But they're not dropping 5 forwards a turn, which means we can buy ourselves from 3 turns to 4 turns in the game to maybe 6 or 8 before the game ends. And at that point, we're able to stabilize and maintain with them if we're not already like in a good position, right? If we didn't open good backups and stuff. The Jet is also really good for a lot of that protection, and the Folka is as well too. And the Onion Knight combo would deal really well with all of that stuff. Now, the problem is, again, that we don't have answers for a deck like Versatile. We take too long to build up. Even our small forwards just get overrun easily by that deck. We could switch gears here. I was talking with Alex, one of our locals, and, for something specifically like that, though, we could go into the Kadash build, something a little more dark and aggressive. I don't know what other forwards that looks like. I might explore that, but I think I might take a break from Water this week, just because my brain is. I think it happens to all of us, right? You build one thing, and then another idea stems from that, and then 2 ideas stems from those, and that's where all these decks come from. That's why it's I'm always changing every week. I need to try everything. Other than Knights, I don't feel particular. Actually, Knights now and Mono Water, I don't feel particularly comfortable on anything else just yet. At least I can keep up with that list of decks, right? Like the Monks, the Versatile, the Doga, and Mobius, and even some. I haven't even tried Sky Pirates yet, right? Like, there's so many other decks. But anyway, so those were the changes. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys aren't playing against Versatile, I would highly recommend you guys learn that matchup or practice against it, so between all of us we can figure it out. And so I'm counting on you guys there. Next is going to be the Fire Ice. Just a few changes here too. Added a little more EX burst to get the summons. Capitalizing on the red 13 to bring out the Philia when you have Chivalry in hand is just such a great feeling. I was able to do it several times. Stern is his dumb name. I always I don't know why I forgot it. I don't really play him right now, so anyway, this card's good. I think I like Lonnie so much more now in today's meta as well. She's stealing much bigger and badder cards. So I think I don't know why I just want to play 4 or 3 of her and triple Renoa and like recur her several times in a game, or find a way to do the infinite combo with Regis and stuff and make that work. If you guys don't know about that, we can definitely discuss it because I will move in that direction. I think teach all these dumb decks something else, because a deck like that can play Mist Dragon, Amaterasu, Shantotos, Titans, have all the board off, and the Susano. I can play Philias. I can play 8, 12 board wipes and still get away with what I want to. So take that, dumb Versatile decks. Anyway, this list is fun, but I'm also going to stay away from this. I wanted to explore the Red 13 more, the Philia and the Chivalry more, but I'm over them. I don't like where Ice is right now. It's sort of, and we're going to get into that, which is the next deck really I want to put in here. This is actually Andy's as well. As one of our first looks at Ice Lightning. He was nice enough to share this with us, and I think he's going to be nice enough to let me put it in the description. If not, you guys can definitely just keep watching this video and, you know, copy it. But anyway, Double Titania, the Lusos, Sephiroth, Ilua, Ewan, Citra, Zeromus, Rinoa, Alcid, Ramu, and Ravana. The forward lineup, Luso is just such a great engine. I don't like that the FFTA2 things are so scattered. It kind of limits his potential because he's so busted. But, you know, being able to get to search one and then play one with his S is just such a really good value. These cards get us the cards we need. These cards just get us cards, right? So there's a lot of, you're plussing on this one, and being able to get search or recur Lua is always very nice. This card is... It doesn't highlight it there, but it is, what is that, Opus 5? It's an Opus 5 card that still has been relevant nonstop since then. It has a promo. It's a great card, right? The Ewan is a squeaker too. He just goes in. He's able to steal games every time, every now and then. The Citra to recur your kill spells as well as the Flans. Zeromus is an incredible card. Alcid is also an incredible card, and these are just like your game enders or game changers, right? The backup line is pretty Symbol 2, Red Mage, Waff, Catsith, the Sylphs, Clan Gully, Hurdy, also targets for Luso, and then a Nagmadala to get the monster, the Hair to recur more stuff, and X-Deaths for also more removal and recursion. The Titania is also a nice piece for to get away with stuff like the Ravana. Obviously, if you guys don't know, the combo is, you know, build up your Flans, play the Ravana, give it haste with either Ilua or Red Mage, start swinging. If they have to block, you're going to activate. If they don't block, you pitch a Flan, make them discard. That'll trigger your Ravana to activate, and then you keep going. The Ramu also uses the Raiden to clear boards, as long as they're active. I would maybe consider adding, like, I don't even want to get into the changes yet, right? This is the first look. This isn't my deck, but I did get a chance to play it, and it was very strong. It had a lot of options, I was in a lot of weird scenarios against, like, Fire Lightning at the time, and I was able to get out of them because of all of the things this deck can do. Next week, I already mentioned that we're going to locals on Friday, which I believe is the 24th. And I'll be streaming that, but I think I don't think I'm taking any of these there. There might not be any Verstale there, but maybe Mono Water might come with me again. But other than that, I'm definitely going to chuck out all my other lists that we've talked about. And I might move into Ice Lightning as a color, as well as I think we might start trying wind stuff. Or wind ice. Because Fire Ice is good, but it's overshadowed by that deck that we don't like here. And I really think there's a lot more options we can do. But I think because all the decks are very degenerate, we have to proceed into that area of degeneracy and also play things like that. So that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. As always, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Next week's video will be a reflection of Friday's locals. And so since I won't be going to Monday's locals on the, 25, 26, 27th, but I will be going next Friday again, which I will be streaming. The following video will reflect Friday and a Monday. So look forward to those videos. As always, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a great one, guys.